What's going on, Internet? I am the Maskman, Man, and this is a response to one of the DLQs from DL Hughley's nationally syndicated radio show. If you don't know what that is, I do recommend it. I listen to it when I have the opportunity to listen to it. In my area, it comes on in the evenings. I think it comes on in the evenings around the country. And for an hour of the show or 2 hours of the show, he has a question that he poses to the listening audience, and they can call in and give their opinions on the question that he is presenting. Um, Now they do a DLQ basically 4 days a week, and then on Fridays is pretty much a tape show. I mean, they're there, but they're doing reruns from the week. It's not a fresh show. One thing I have always felt about the DL Hughley show, if it was to be contrasted from the Steve Harvey morning show. If you took the Steve Harvey morning show, basically every show but his, if I actually think about it. If I'm thinking about The Breakfast Club, if I'm thinking about Steve Harvey, if I'm thinking about Tom Joyner, Russ Parr, Michael Baisden, Ricky Smiley, if I haven't said it already, pretty much every other black radio show that I've heard before I heard his, in comparison to theirs, if not objectively, if not in general, to me, his show is very, very lazy. It's a very lazy show. Not laid back, lazy. It's a lazy show. I can tell that not a lot of work goes into making it. I can see the lack of effort in the show. Not a lot of effort goes into that show. And if you disagree with that statement, I want you to compare that show to theirs. Compare the segments, the guest, the skits, the bits. Compare it. Wendy Williams is another one. Compare it to all of the other black radio shows, just the black ones, just the black ones. Not none. I don't even know of any white radio shows. Like, that's not something that has penetrated popular culture as far as I know. I know about Opie and Anthony, and now Opie and Norton, I think is, but that's satellite. And I think Ryan Seacrest. But, as far as hip, cool, black shit, DL Hughley got the laziest show on radio. That nigga don't work hard at all on that show. The show Monday morning. Now Friday. Now I'm getting off track, but I'm ranting right now. I'm gonna get to the point in a minute. The Friday show, it is a show of reruns from the 4 previous days. The Friday show. So you would think that the Monday show starts fresh, like they begin fresh on Monday. But Monday, it's a rerun of the Friday show that was a rerun of the previous 4 days. That's lazy to me. That's lazy as hell. And the bits are I don't want to trash it, because I listen to it. I get something out of it. It does something for me, but I don't actually see, but there has to be I don't know them. I don't know what they are. But there has to be like a million ways that show can improve. Like there has to be like at least a million ways to make that show better. That show is lazy as hell. It is that the DL Hughley show has by far one, not one of, but the worst bit that I've ever heard in radio. The worst. It's a consistent segment, and it's called What White People Want to Know. With some lady. What white people want to know. It's like, nigga, this shit is like 28 years late. Niggas are still doing this shit? Really? Niggas are still doing the white lady that's unfamiliar with black culture? First of all, bullshit. Second of all, nigga, this is corny and hacky. And you a comedian. This is nonsense. I don't think you wrote it. I just think you don't give a fuck. I just think it's a check. But nigga, please. That's the worst segment I've ever heard in radio ever. And it comes on regularly. I don't know if they do it, every Tuesday or what. I don't know how they format it, but it is the worst thing I have ever heard in all my years of listening to radio ever. I grew up on Tom Joyner, one of the best black radio jocks to ever do it. One of the best to ever do it. Then I got into Steve Harvey. There may have been some other shows that I'm leaving out, but I'm familiar with good black radio. That What White People Want to Know is the worst segment by far. It is the worst, and it ain't worse in a good way. It ain't worse in the it's so good it's bad. Nigga, this is worse as in I'm uncomfortable listening to this trash. Anyway, let me get to my point. They had a question, the DLQ, basically to sum it up, because I don't know what it was verbatim, but some lady got murdered, and the reason that they gave the allegedly part of it, allegedly she got murdered because some man tried to holler at her or tried to ask her out on a date. If you don't know what holler means, some man tried to ask her out on a date and she declined. She was uninterested. She did not respond. So he killed her. And they made a show that was about, or that whole segment, as long as it was on, was basically acting as if women who turn down men and then got themselves killed because they turned down men is this, huge problem. That what can all these men do to get better at handling rejection? This shit was really dumb to me. It was dumb how the question was presented. It was dumb how they were talking about it. It was dumb how the people who were answering the question were responding to the question. No, I did not hear. There could have been many. There could have been several, but they didn't switch up. So even if somebody said what I'm about to say, they didn't change anything after that. They didn't say that was a good point and just change the direction of the show. But nobody called in and said, Women who get killed by men that they turn down for a date is extremely rare. Rare to the point that it's not really an issue that you can prepare yourself for. You got about as much chance as getting killed by a nigga for not going on a date as you do getting struck by lightning. Yeah, niggas get struck by lightning every year, but it ain't something that you really need to defend yourself from. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. There ain't nothing you can do about it. There ain't no class, there ain't no teaching, there ain't no movement, there ain't nothing you could possibly do that's gonna protect you from a nigga that's so crazy that he would kill you because you don't want to go out with him. He gonna kill somebody because that nigga not in love with you. That nigga crazy. He gonna kill something. It's statistics. Eventually he gonna kill somebody. You think you gonna prevent? Are you trying to say that you gonna stop murder by telling men that they don't take rejection well? Nigga, nobody takes rejection well. Nobody likes rejection, nigga. What are you talking about? What the fuck is this segment for? Are you saying that they are supposed to like rejection? You know what? Like, there was no... I can understand if you used the story and your question was, is there a right way? Is there a gentle way to turn down a man? If that was the question, then I would answer that question. But that's not the question you asked. You didn't ask what is some ways to politely let down a man. You asked what can a woman do to prevent a nigga from killing her if she turns him down for a date. That's a dumbass question. That question is stupid as fuck. There's no answer for no dumbass question like that. There ain't no answer for it. Not a good one. What the fuck you gonna do? Every nigga ain't gonna get the memo. Every bitch ain't gonna get the instructions. Somebody gonna die. A nigga that's gonna kill a bitch for not going on a date with him is gonna kill some bitch somewhere, sometime, at some point. You can't protect them all. You can't tell everybody. You can't show them everything. That nigga gonna kill people. Because that's a very minor thing to kill for. And if a nigga will kill over something that minor, he gonna kill somebody. What is this question for? Why even have the question? I can't even give you an answer because the question is stupid. You don't think that they're stupid questions? You came to a stupid conclusion because your question assumes that you can do something about that problem. You can't do nothing. You know what you can do, bitch? Pray. That's what you can do. You can pray that it doesn't happen. You can pray that a nigga that's crazy enough to kill you for turning him down, you don't run into that motherfucker. But bitches have been getting hollered at since they was 9 years old. By the men in their class and 13, 15, they've been getting hollered at their whole lives. Most women don't die. I mean, eventually they die, of course, but they ain't killing women in mass. They're not killing women in large numbers. If women rejected men who tried to holler at them led to death, that would be the leading cause of death amongst women above breast cancer and heart disease and ovarian cancer put together. The fuck is this question for? Let me know what you think. Leave me a comment. Rate the video, like it, dislike it. Be honest. Subscribe to my channel if you want to keep up with the videos that I'm making. If you got something that you want me to talk about, you want me to see, you want me to do a video on, send me an email at TheMrMaskman@gmail.com. You can follow me on Twitter and find me on Facebook at TheMrMaskman. That is all I have to say about this subject. So I will see you in the next video.